In the heart of the city centre, between the hustle and bustle of the train station and the peace and quiet of the museum gardens, a new development has begun. The 2-acre site, just off Toft Green, is set to be transformed in one of the biggest development projects inside the city walls in the last decade. And to mark the start of the project, a groundbreaking ceremony has taken place.
Well, today is a fantastic occasion when there is this groundbreaking for this new Hudson Quarter. The Hudson is a George, very famous person, and therefore they're going to be offices as well as accommodation. So there'll be both work and home for people to live in. It's a £70 million development coming in the heart of York. So more jobs, more work, great environment, improving the conditions of living. Because most of these places are underdeveloped. And if you can actually develop them and bring them up to scratch, you improve the environment, you create more jobs, you create better accommodation for people.
The new development is hoped to be the answer to what is missing from the city centre.
The biggest problem in York at the moment are businesses can't expand in York because there's no Grade A office space at all. So we're building one of the first Grade A schemes for many, many years, and we expect quite a bit of demand for it, which is very good for York.
I think what's unusual for this particular development is this is one of the first new spec office schemes in the city for over a decade, certainly within the city walls. There have been recent office buildings outside the city that have been speculative, and office buildings built specifically for a user in the city, but not a spec office scheme. So it's quite important. It's going to deliver brand Grade A office space, which the city really lacks, and so that's a very exciting development.
How are the new buildings going to fit in with the historic surroundings?
It's going to fit in because the building that was on the site was a 1960s building that had lived its life and it was time to go. But as historic as York is, it still has to be modern. And we're building three brand new blocks of apartments and one new block of offices. So it's blending the old with the new, and we think the new is also important.
In terms of the site itself, you're very close to the city walls, we're only about 15, 20 metres away, so designing a scheme that's very sympathetic with the city walls is important. Equally, the Micklegate Quarter is quite its own sort of character, and designing a building that respects that sort of character and be in the right context is quite important. So I think in terms of designing the scheme was a challenge in terms of designing something sensitively, but sometimes out of those challenges you get the best architecture, and we're delighted with what's come about.
The development is set to be completed in around 2 years' time, and it's hoped that the project will create a new and vibrant quarter in the heart of the city. Abby Walker, That's TV.